Hello and welcome to Martin Audio's special event. My name is Dom Harter, Managing Director here at Martin Audio. As we've already announced, 2023 will be our most prolific year for product launches. Following on from the success of our recently launched Taurus 8 and flyable sub, the SXCF 115, I'm delighted to announce today a further 9 new products. I'm presenting to you from our newly refurbished headquarters, less than a week from our open days. Not only will we be entertaining guests from all over the globe in more fitting surroundings, we will also showcase all of the products that we're announcing today. And there's still time to register. Just go to the events page on our website and we'd be delighted to see you here. So moving on, I'd like to introduce 2 new products to you. Let's call it a taster before the main event. I'm pleased to announce the introduction of DX 0.4 and DX 0.6 controllers, which replace the previous DX 0.5 and come with their own dedicated software. Routing is freely assignable from the 2 inputs and 4 outputs in the case of the DX 0.4 or the 6 outputs with the DX 0.6. On board is sophisticated EQ, crossover, delay and dynamics processing, all of which optimizes and protects the performance of the loudspeakers. There are 32 user programmable presets. And to control the unit, you can either connect to the USB port on the front, or you can control multiple units via RS485 or the onboard Ethernet connection on the rear. These controllers, when partnered with our VIA amplifiers, are ideal for ranges such as Adorn, Blackline X or CDD. They're in production right now and they're shipping globally from May. So now, on to the main event. I'm delighted to announce FlexPoint, our brand new complete lineup of premium point source loudspeakers aimed primarily at the elite rental live sound market. Alongside Wavefront Precision, Taurus, XE stage monitors, Icons and SX subwoofers, the addition of FlexPoint completes the strongest lineup of product solutions for a premium rental live market that Martin Audio has ever delivered. There are lots of applications here, from live sound reinforcement, theatre sound, corporate AV, and distributed sound systems. There's state-of-the-art acoustic design, making a benchmark in the performance of these enclosures. And it delivers the very highest sound quality to match the expectations of prestige venues and top-flight touring artists. The passive two-way configurations reduce running costs and indeed amplifier count. And from the miniature FP4 to the powerful FP15, FlexPoint loudspeakers are compact and discreet, providing ultimate clarity, detail, and coverage at all sound levels without affecting sightlines or detracting from venue architecture. Coaxial point source technology lies at the heart of FlexPoint systems. Here you can see some of the respected drivers across the series. Traditionally, coax drivers beam with high frequency. Conversely to that, traditional two-way products with a horn and a driver lobe around the crossover and have inconsistent frequency response around the venue as a result. We focused on coaxial driver technology and fixing the traditional problems, and we've done that by developing a two-stage waveguide. This starts right in the pole piece of the driver with a diffraction slot in the first stage, making sure that HF spreads out as it enters the cone area. And then the cone provides a large HF waveguide, and you can see here on the FP12 how the asymmetric shape of the cone allows for an X by Y dispersion. So we achieve constant directivity characteristics in the horizontal plane. We're avoiding any kind of separate add-on horn which would impede the wavefront from the cone, improving the frequency response both on and off axis without creating a ring radiator. With the perimeter of the cone acting as the horn mouth, pattern control extends to a much lower frequency than would typically be available in a point source enclosure of this size. And FlexPoint's two-stage waveguide maintains wide, constant horizontal coverage up to very high frequencies. With the exception of the miniature FP4, each model in the series features multi-angle enclosures, facilitating either portrait or landscape orientation by rotating the driver within the enclosure. And this is easy to do and completely without the need for tools. Firstly, the grills are secured by proprietary quick release catches, making it easy to remove them. And equally, the driver is fixed to the baffle by means of captive release clamps. Loosening these by hand allows you to rotate the driver through 90 degrees before retightening it and reclipping the grill onto the front of the product. Threaded inserts in each FlexPoint enclosure support a wide range of mounting options and accessories, depending on the model. These include eye bolt suspension, yokes, wall brackets, truss and mic stand mounting for the smaller models. The larger models also feature a dual pole mount socket into the base of the enclosures and have rigging bar accessory options for truss mounting and easy adjustment as well. But we accept in the modern world, many venues will also want the premium performance offered to the live sound market. And so we have accessories supporting the installation of FlexPoint as well. So here you can see horizontal and vertical installation yokes. Now, let's run quickly through the top specifications of each of the products in the range, starting with the FP4. The FP4 features a 4-inch LF driver and a 0.7-inch exit HF driver with a 1-inch diameter, high-temperature polymer dome, and a peak SPL of 108 dB, giving 110 degrees of conical dispersion, making it ideal for close proximity applications such as lip fills or spot fills, or as part of a distributed system. As we move up to the FP6, this features a 6-inch LF driver and a 0.7-inch exit HF driver with a 1.4-inch diameter high temperature polymer dome and a big jump in SPL to 119 dB of peak. Again, perfect as a lip fill or perhaps as a small distributed sound system. The FP8 features an 8-inch LF driver and again a 1-inch exit HF driver with a 1.7-inch diameter high temperature polymer dome and a maximum SPL of 124 dB. It does 90 degrees in the horizontal and 70 in the vertical with horizontal constant directivity characteristics. And as we begin to go up in the range, we tend to narrow the coverage a little for those longer throw applications. And so as we move on to the FP12, this features a 12-inch LF driver, of course, with a 1.4-inch exit HF driver and a large 3-inch diameter titanium diaphragm, with a maximum SPL of 128 dB and 90 degrees in the horizontal and 60 in the vertical. And then finally, as we move up to the 15, there's a 15-inch LF driver and a 1.4-inch exit HF driver, again with a 3-inch diaphragm. Max SPL here is 132 dB, and we narrow the coverage again to 80 degrees in the horizontal and 50 in the vertical for those longer throw applications. So there we have it, the lineup of FlexPoint. But what if you intend to extend the low frequency performance of a system? Where required, Martin Audio SX subwoofers can be used in conjunction with FlexPoint systems to extend low frequency performance and impact. As many of you are aware, we have a strong lineup of subwoofers from the diminutive but punchy single 10-inch through to cardioid subwoofer options and the ultimate subwoofer performance of the hybrid horn reflex loaded SXH218. Today, I'm also delighted to announce a couple of additions, with both a single 15-inch and a double 15-inch rounding off the series for full versatility. The SX115 features a 15-inch LF driver with a 4-inch voice coil, capable of delivering 136 dB of peak SPL, plus or minus 3 dB down to 45 Hz, and the minus 10 dB point is down at 36 Hz. The SX115 is already in production and available now. Moving on to the SX215, this features two 15-inch LF drivers, each with a 4-inch voice coil and capable of delivering 142 dB of peak SPL. Plus or minus 3 dB point, again down to 45 Hz, and again the minus 10 dB point is at 36 Hz. The SX215 is also in production and available now. Let's move on to software. I'm pleased to announce that all these systems can shortly be designed in our 3D prediction software, Display 3, thanks to an imminent release update. We also recently included a brand new sub-array tool that is helping make Display 3 a compelling piece of software to our users. In line with the flexibility approach of this series, we also wanted to provide flexibility of electronics packaging. As a result, we have 3 tiers. Tier 1 is primarily aimed for rental partners, the second tier is primarily for larger installations, and the third tier for smaller installs. To deliver the optimum sound, we recommend using FlexPoint with Icon amplifiers, working in total harmony with Display 3 and ViewNet control software. Moving on to Tier 2, and primarily for larger installs, the DX 4.0 controllers and VIA amplifiers are also compatible with FlexPoint and again controlled via ViewNet. And then finally, for smaller installs featuring the FP4, the FP6 and FP8, our earlier announced DX 0.4 and 0.6 controllers, again with VIA amplifiers, are a much more cost-effective solution, ensuring the electronics package is remaining sensibly priced when partnered with smaller enclosures. So there you have it. In summary, premium, portable, sound reinforcement loudspeakers. 5 models from the miniature FP4 all the way up to the FP15. Coaxial point source drivers, highly flexible deployment options, and support from our full line of SX subwoofers. Display 3 prediction software, and a 3-tiered approach to electronics packaging. This represents a powerful investment in premium point source performance. All the details are now on the website. Everything will be shipping no later than June, but a number of products will be available before then. Please contact your local Martin Audio distributor or your Martin Audio account manager for more details. For those that are in attendance at our open days next week, we can't wait to see you in person and show these systems off to you. So finally, it just leaves me time to say a big thank you for joining us today, and hopefully I'll see some of you next week and out in the world through the year. Thank you very much for your time.